Hey everybody. Tonight we're going to make pretzel crusted chicken with smashed cheesy cauliflower. And that's a half a bottle of wine. Alright, first thing we're going to do. We are going to set our oven to 400 degrees to preheat. Alright. Ingredients. We have cauliflower, chicken, cheese, honey mustard, and onion flavored Snyder's pretzels. And then for the recipe, I actually put a small recipe for honey mustard dressing, homemade. However, this is Ashley's birthday dinner, and very specifically, she's not too fond of the taste of mustard, and my honey mustard is mustard forward. So as her birthday wish, don't mind that, I have deferred to her judgment, and we are using Ken's honey mustard dressing. All right, got a pot of water on the stove. We're gonna bring that up to boiling. We're going to prep our pretzels. Food processor. This is the 12-ounce bag. Probably going to use about half the bag, although I have been snacking from these. Okay. Now I'm going to eat the rest. There's maybe like a handful left in that bag. I'll just eat those. If you don't have a food processor, blender works. If you don't have a blender, anything, just crush the pretzels. Come on, make pretzel crumbs. This is gonna be loud. Okay, pretty good. All right, we got our pretzels. Haven't tried this one yet. Oh, it's tasty. All right. Cauliflower. I already washed the cauliflower. Just just make sure you give it a good rinse. Get any extra dirt or whatever. It literally grows in the ground. So just wash the dirt off of it. We are going to cut the cauliflower into florets. Just smaller pieces so that they boil up quicker, more evenly. Really, we are just going to get these nice and soft, and then we're going to crush them. Get rid of that. All the leaves and everything, just break those off. Alright. Real easy, rough chop. Like, don't worry about being perfect because we're literally going to crush everything. You just want small pieces so that you can get more surface area in the pan. Pot. So it cooks quicker. That's a nice piece. The reason I chose this dish is, yeah, I think I already explained it on the Facebook group, but I enjoy cooking for other people. I don't cook so much for myself. I have plenty of things that I like to eat, and generally I don't cook them. I go and get them at like a restaurant where people can make it way better than I can with my current skill set. But I do really like cooking for people, and I guess I tend to cook better when I'm cooking for people. Drop my towel. Okay. I don't think that was a big enough pot for all this cauliflower. Yeah, I need a bigger pot. All right. Poor planning. There we go. That's the pot we're going to use. A little bit more water. Okay. Now we get that boiling. A little more salt. Oh, I didn't mention that. Salt your water. If you are boiling something, salt the water. It is the best time to add that bit of seasoning to it. Alright. Prep work for this is real easy. I made the pretzel crumbs already. Cauliflower is chopped. Now we chop the chicken. Alright, let's throw this away. I'm gonna use my brand new Hinkles. So we have two fairly large chicken breasts. I'm going to cut them basically in half long ways to thin them out. And just trim a little bit of the fat off. We got that nice thin breast. This one's a bit smaller, but just roughly the same thickness. Put it back in the bag. Grab the other one. Okay, a little more chicken. This actually isn't so bad. I mean, you don't want to completely remove all of the fat from the chicken. That's gonna keep the chicken, you know, it's gonna render down. It's gonna keep the chicken moist. It's flavor is what it is. Fat is flavor. Fat is not a bad thing. Fat doesn't make you fat. Spoilers. Carbohydrates make you fat. Alright. We got our chicken cut. We got our cauliflower cut. Throw this out. Now over here I prepped a sheet pan. I put some aluminum foil down in it. The only reason I do that is because it makes it easier for cleaning the pan. I don't have to actually wash the pan. I take the aluminum foil sheet, I roll it up, I throw it away. This pan can be used again. I just put another aluminum foil sheet on it for whatever I use it for next. It saves a lot of time. I have a baking rack that I've put down in the sheet pan. The reason for that is that when we put our chicken cutlets, our breaded chicken cutlets, it's going to allow airflow underneath the chicken. It's going to, so you don't get a soggy bottom. Nobody wants a soggy bottom. Alright. This is too easy. Yeah, now I have to wait for the oven and the water. I guess I can start dredging the chicken. Okay. Bowl. Notice, I've only touched the chicken with one hand. I'm touching everything else with the other hand. This is my chicken hand, this is my not chicken hand. Alright, just spreading those out in the bowl so that I got a good surface area. And then I'm going to take this honey mustard sauce, honey mustard dressing, and this is what we're going to use to dredge our chicken. Normally you're making chicken cutlets, you use like an egg to get the breadcrumbs to adhere. We are going to use honey mustard dressing. As far as how much you need, that depends on how much chicken you're using. Just enough to coat it. So in this case, you do it by eye. This isn't baking. Baking is chemistry. Baking you need proper measurements. Cooking you don't. Cooking you do it by eye and by taste. Oh, look at that. That's lovely. Get that honey mustard all over it. Okay. Now I'm actually going to rub that honey mustard into the chicken. I'm going to roll it around in there so that everything gets nice and evenly coated. Don't be afraid to get messy with your food. You got a sink right over there. I can wash my hands no matter what I do. And there you go. Ugh. So, that's what you want your chicken to look like. It's just nice and evenly coated. Slippery. That's going to be nice and sticky. It's going to, it's going to grab onto the breadcrumbs. They're going to soak up a bit of that honey mustard dressing, which is going to be fantastic. What are you doing, oven? Get to 400 degrees already. Yeah. Wine. That's why we have wine, so we have something to do while we wait. Now, if you are making your own honey mustard dressing, you want to make enough so that you can use about half of your dressing to coat the chicken for dredge, and then you want to have more to put over your chicken afterwards, after the cooking is complete. Because admittedly, pretzel crusted chicken is going to get a little dry, a little crispy, a little crunchy, and you want that dressing to give you a good bite. You don't want to dry out your mouth. Clean up a little bit, and then yeah, I guess through the magic of movie editing, we'll see when. Okay, never mind. The oven is preheated. All right, we need to bread our chicken. How's our water doing? Our water is just about boiling. We're actually going to wait, just so I don't have to use as many bowls. I'm going to take my cauliflower, I'm going to dump it in the water, and then I'm going to use the bowl for the cauliflower for breading the chicken, because I don't want to just dump breading into this. That's just going to get soggy and nasty. We're close enough to boiling. It's bubbling here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, when you do fill your pot up, only fill it about halfway, because this cauliflower is going to displace a lot of the water that's in that pot. You don't want it overflowing on yourself. You don't want your pot, overfilled. If you do have it overfilled, it's okay to pour out a little bit of water. You're just boiling this cauliflower to get it soft. There's no overdoneness. Underdoneness is the only thing that you can do here. So, yeah. Yeah, see, I had that pot filled halfway, and the cauliflower brought it just about up to the top here. Trusty wooden spoon. And just get that all submerged. As the cauliflower gets softer and breaks down, it's going to be easier to, it's not going to be as overflowing. It's going to take up less space as it absorbs some of that water. Things work out in the end. I'm going to clean my cutting board here, and I'll be right back with you. All right. Now, I'm just rinse this out, dry it. Okay, got a nice dry bowl. I can do my breading. food processor was over there. You didn't get to see it too well, but these are the breadcrumbs. That's the consistency I want. I want some big chunks. I want a lot of fine chunks. I want a good mix. The fine chunks are gonna basically fill all the gaps. The big chunks are gonna crisp up real nice. They're gonna be the enjoyable part of the breading. Okay. Clean hand, chicken hand. And then these are gonna go right onto this rack over here. Just give it a good roll in there. Scoop the breadcrumbs over, the pretzel crumbs up over the chicken. Press them into it, you know, really work it in there. It's not going to cover great. It's not going to cover like breadcrumbs. You just want as much of a covering as you can get on it. Because once we put these on the pan, we're gonna, you know, we're gonna pile up whatever breadcrumbs we have left on top of it. Really, you want those fine crumbs to adhere. That's what I'm looking at. You know, lightly crusted, lightly covered. You can still see the chicken. That's fine. And then I'm going to take a fistful of crumbs and just put that over top. All right, let's get the other ones in there and get that done. So, I think I said it. Preheat the oven to 400. That's a good temperature for chicken. You don't want to go much higher because then you're going to cook the outside of the chicken much faster than you're going to cook the inside. You don't want to go much lower because then it's going to take forever. You're not going to get a good crispy crust on this without a good high heat. This is a big one. Okay. And that's one. Okay, and like I said, we're going to take the last bit of crumbs and we're just going to literally rub them in and press them into the chicken. Don't worry if your pan looks crowded with crumbs, that's fine. Anything that's going to fall off, go to the bottom, get cooked up, whatever. You just scrape those up later if you really want them and just put them back on top of the chicken after it's all said and done. Okay. And it's going to look like a mess in your pan. That's fine. That's what we want. I am a habitual clean freak while cooking. I rinse everything as I use it, as I'm finished with it. All right, our oven is preheated. Our cauliflower is currently working. The cauliflower, sorry, you're gonna let the cauliflower go for about 15 minutes. That should be all it needs to actually soften up. So, I'm gonna stick my chicken in. Put the chicken on the top rack. And we're gonna set our timer for 20 minutes. It's gonna take anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes to cook. You go for that low end of the range so you can take a look at it. If you got a thermometer, you can stick a thermometer in there. You have 165 degrees on chicken, you are good to go. And now I gotta wait for this damn cauliflower. So I'm gonna drink. Like my apron. This is really good. Mercana is the wine company. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon from Mendoza, Argentina. I work with a guy from Mendoza. It's pretty good. I've learned this year that I like Cabernet Sauvignons, and I joined a wine club, and wink, and I get wine delivered to me monthly. I get a lot of Cabernet Sauvignons. At least 2 of the 4 bottles, 2 or 3 of the 4 bottles are usually Cabernet Sauvignons, just because my flavor palette. All right, there we go. Now that cauliflower's working. Just watch your heat. You don't want to boil over. And you can check how firm it is as you go along with the wooden spoon. Just press on it a little bit. You're going to be breaking it up anyway, so it doesn't hurt it. This can go to the side. This can be put away. I haven't done with the food processor. So how's everyone doing? Good? You can talk to me. It's okay. I'll talk back. Yeah. Just making some chicken. No big deal. So I got this block of Hinkles for Christmas. This is the first time I've really used them. I really like how that knife cuts. That's a Hinkle. My other set are Farberware. These have treated me well. I just recommend you get a knife sharpener. For the longest time, this was what I had. Sharpen my knives. Still has a tag on it. Sharpen Easy 2-step knife sharpener. It's got a coarse side and a fine side. Run coarse first, then you run fine. This is what I got now. This guy right here. It's a 3-stage. No big deal, but it works very well. It keeps the Farberware knives pretty good. Right after I sharpen them, they'll cut through rugged anything. Just as good as the Hinkles will, honestly. They just dull quicker. Yeah, they don't have as much flex as the Hinkles do, which is actually a good thing in knives. Depending on the application, of course. If you're breaking down an animal, you want a good stiff blade to get to work around the bones and everything. Something you can put weight on. So that's going. I got 16 minutes left, so at about the 10-minute mark there, my cauliflower should be good. I don't know. Just gonna sit here and wait and keep the recording going. I'll edit it out later if I need to. I look like I'm staring at the little screen here, so it's not quite right. I should be staring at the lens. I'm new to this. I said a half bottle. It was about a third of the bottle, really. Like, I'm gonna add more. The bottle's gone tonight. That's what's happening. This is cooking. I got cauliflower all over the floor. And I'm just standing in it. Boop boop. I can't say that. That's stolen from someone else. That's stolen from a different cooking show. This isn't a cooking show. It might be. Could be. You gotta let me know. Is this a cooking show? Is it? Oh, we're falling apart here. It's like they don't have a strong support system, you know, just it was a bad day at work. Their significant other is, you know, not the most understanding of people. They're just falling apart. How come you don't see this part on Food Network? You're probably not going to see this part either. I'm going to edit it out. Up to 35 minutes. Wow. Okay. Why does cooking take so long? The Beatles. And I don't own wine glasses, which is why I drink my wine out of a pint glass. Because I'm a monster. That monster. Check out my... Had a little memory card full issue. Fixed it. Put new memory card in. That's how I fixed it. It's starting to fall apart. The stems are still a little stiff, so I want to keep going on that. I'll probably do it right up until the chicken's ready. I'm actually going to take a sneak peek at the chicken. You don't get to see it. I'm going to look at the chicken. You don't get to see it until it's done, but I'm going to look at it now. Oh. It looks good. I'm not lying. It does look good. I'm not just saying that. I'm not just gonna, you know, go get, you know, honey mustard pretzel crusted chicken.jpg and submit that. No. Why? Who would think of that? Who would do that? No one. Nobody would. I got 2 minutes to kill. So, alright, I mean, the whole reason that I kind of started this whole thing was I need I need something to push me in order to pursue things that I want to pursue. I will tend to get complacent and just, I'll have desires to do things, but won't follow through on it because fear of doing it wrong, I guess, maybe. Takes a lot for me to actually push myself to do so. Competition is one of those things that tends to drive me. I kind of came to the realization of that over the this past winter holiday break kind of deal thing. My family did a whole baking, well, not baking so much, but a dessert competition kind of thing for family dinner. And I made a chocolate raspberry mousse, dark chocolate raspberry mousse. Came in second place. That was the first time I've ever made dessert. I don't do sweet, I don't do confectionery, I cook. I like savory, that's where I'm comfortable, that's what I do. But I did dessert and I came in second place, so I was, you know, got beat out by some people who may or may not have cheated. It was supposed to be individual entries. My brother and his girlfriend decided that they were going to combine their dishes. The way we did it was each person was supposed to get a certain ingredient. I got dark chocolate. They each got pumpkin and ginger and decided to combine them into a pumpkin ginger cheesecake. Well, they did ginger, excuse me, a pumpkin cheesecake with gingerbread crust, which was very good. I just don't think it was fair because they combined their ingredients. It was 2 against 1, really, is what it is, because they, you know, there may have been 8 of us. Yeah, 8. There were 8 of us competing, but I feel like I was slighted. I came in second place to their combined food dish, and I should have won. That's really what it is. I should have won. Our chicken is ready. So we're going to find the thickest part of the thickest chicken. We're going to check the temperature on that. Just probably going to be this guy right over here. Nope, that's pretty thin. You right there, that's the one. What do we got? Oh, I don't like that at all. And to be fair, I did say 20 to 25 minutes. We only went 20. Look at that. I threw 5 more minutes on the clock. See how that goes. Bet you in 5 minutes we hit 165. I'm actually probably going to check it at like 3 or 4 to see the temperature because I don't want to overcook the chicken. Yeah. Cauliflower's doing alright. A little bit longer. Like I said, you can't overcook the cauliflower at this point because we are going for a mashed cauliflower. We are going for a creamy puree sort of substance in the end there. So don't worry about overcooking it. You're not doing anything to cauliflower. Honestly, it doesn't have a flavor to begin with. That's why we're adding cheese, that's why we're adding salt, that's why we're adding pepper. So don't worry about boiling out the flavor, it ain't gonna happen. Texturally, I mean, we're doing it by touch. So I'm gonna hit the texture I need to hit when I hit it. So cook it till it's ready. Don't worry about times. This video is not sponsored. Could be. Hey Snyders, what's up? How we doing, cauliflower? Doing alright? Just about there? Just about there. My head is like just out of frame. This is better, right? You guys prefer this? This is what you prefer. This is what you want. Nice little towel. Little Kit Kats. Cooking towel. That's where that goes. Look at me. Professional. Apron. Towel. Wine. Meat thermometer. Can't get more professional than this. Yeah. Yep, these are falling apart. That's exactly where we want them. Now, we're going to drain these. So these cauliflower pots have built-in strainers in the lids. Perfectly honest, I'd rather have a colander. But oddly, I only own one, and it's currently not clean. So, oh yeah, this is just falls apart under the spoon. That's exactly how you want it. So you're going to chop at it a little bit, break it down. It's okay if it's a little chunky. That's kind of the appeal of cauliflower versus potatoes. Not looking for a puree, I'm looking for a mash. Okay. Butter. This is unsalted because Ashley bakes, so we have unsalted butter. Just fine because I have salt. I want, they put this nice little measurement on the side of the butter there. I want, I said 2 tablespoons, but I'm leaning more towards, no, we'll go with 2. We'll start with 2, we'll see consistency. Right about there. Yeah. Cut your butter into smaller pieces. It'll melt more evenly. Okay. Kosher salt. Never buy fine salt. Always buy kosher salt. It's bigger, thicker crystals. It's better in every single way. And again, I don't measure. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add salt and pepper. I'm going to mix it up, and then I'm going to taste it. The hardest thing for me out of this whole thing was having to write up a recipe. And even then I was pretty vague. Just because I don't cook with recipes. Alright, we're going to add a little bit of milk to this to make it creamy. Then we're going to throw in the cheese. The cheese is going to have a good amount of salt itself. So don't go too crazy on the salt until after you've added the cheese. Taste it at that point, after it's a finished product. It will need salt, so add salt, but don't go crazy. And I know I said about a cup of cheese. 2 handfuls, that's about a cup. You know what? I put in my recipe for chives to add to the cauliflower, but I did not get chives. So I don't have that. So at this point, you would mix in about half your chives. And then you would garnish with the rest. But I don't have chives. I'm not about to run back out to the supermarket, because as you can attest, there is video evidence that I have been drinking. That's perfect. That is the perfect level of salty. All right. Oh, hey, I should pull our chicken out. Oh, we are looking good. That was almost a big oopsie. I completely forgot about the chicken when the timer went off. Alright, these are just shy, so I'm going to stick it back in for like 2 more minutes. Because I do not want undercooked chicken. We're not burnt. If you look at it... Excuse me, no. If you look at it... So it's a little crispy, nice good brown on the pretzels, just like I said there would be. The chicken itself is not going to be too much done. That's just the crust. We're going to give that another 2 minutes. And then we should be good. Here we are again. Waiting for chicken. How are you holding up? I'm getting by. I'm not letting it get to me. Chicken is chicken, and chicken gonna do what chicken gonna do. So we're up to about an hour now. I'm gonna have to do some editing. Is it ready? 153. 155. Just hit 160 for me, you motherfucker. 157. 1. We're good. We're golden. We're golden. Across the board, we got 160. Let's turn that oven off. Now it's time for plating. Use tongs, not a knife. I'm going to use a knife to serve the chicken. Okay. Ooh. Now some of you are saying, where's the vegetable? You haven't been paying attention because cauliflower is a vegetable. Yes, this is a brown dish. And I'm going to put all the cauliflower out. No, I'm not. I'm going to take some of it back. This is that quality, plating that you get in restaurants, right? Where the person is just like, well, I'm going to take some of it back. Reason for that is because Ashley brings, food from home to lunch, for lunch tomorrow, for work. So I'm going to make her a little take-home. A take-home? No, a take to work. All right. Delicious cauliflower right off the counter. I cleaned the counter, all right? I cleaned the counter. Honey mustard. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to drizzle this over top of the chicken. Come on out. You don't want to. Just gotta loosen up a little bit. Well, there it is. Look at that. Well, you can't see it yet. I'll show it to you. This is what you would call rustic plating, right? There you go. I mean, it's cauliflower, it's honey mustard chicken and pretzels. Or honey mustard pretzel crusted chicken. That's what it is. Cheesy cauliflower, honey mustard pretzel crusted chicken. This is the final presentation. There's the camera. Okay, that's how we do it. Can't go sideways too much because it'll fall off the plate. But here it is. This is the final product. I'll have pictures along with this video. Everything is done. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be posting with a recipe. And good luck to everybody else. Alright? Thanks. Bye-bye now.